Okay, are we streaming? Hopefully I'm getting my audio in. Let me just check it. Because last time I know I didn't have any audio in my live stream, which is very weird because I thought I did. Okay, let's see, am I streaming audio? Okay, let's see, am I streaming audio? And I am. Okay, let's see. Okay, that was rude. I was up for a bit of a random moment. Okay. I'm going to close open 4. Okay, I'm going to minimize this. Okay, let's get to it. First thing I'm going to load up is one of my oldest models. Hope I can find it. Let's see. The cars. No. That's good. I'll start with my GTA 5 modded cars. I'll start with San Andreas mod cars. Yeah, I've got a lot of them. Start with the hot knife pickup. This one I've used like San Andreas parts and parts as well. Oh, come on, computer, don't do this to me. There we go. Scratch made some fenders, as you can already tell, because hot knives don't have fenders in GTA San Andreas. Added some more grill bars, added some shades or louvers, whatever you want to call them. Scratch made some bumpers. They'll actually do appear in the game. I just colored to give them more of a vintage feel. Made a custom tail in addition to the custom bed. Made it a stake bed like a farm truck. And these barrels do appear in the game, but I can't remember how I extracted them. If I were to hide the door. Column came out of Mafia 2. The hood ornament came off the slam from the San Andreas. Little engine from Mafia 2 as well. Rear bumper, some custom to make it seem high performance, even though it's not. Other than that, yeah, much original hot knife game. Also, you can off the trunk to make a bed. This model is not quite. I still need a fuel tank, like right here. You get rid of that stuff. Get rid of I don't know what you call that, like rest body, chassis, whatever you want to. Yeah, try another model. A few of these models I've actually extracted from GTA, or they're actually mods by from San Andreas, just also heavily modded. For those of you who remember GTA City, you'll remember that. No, it's a San Andreas stretch, not the stretch. I basically turned into a love limo. Yeah, words mouth, please. For those of you who don't know that quote, that's originally from Jacksepticeye. I don't remember when the or where it was from. Yeah, I just need to add some side. This thing will be perfect. Okay, I do have models that are works in progress, like this SUV. Patriot from San Andreas. I actually downloaded this and imported it into ZModel. Sketchup. Oh, what's going on here? These are conflicting with each other. What's going on? Okay. I'm gonna do better. Okay. What else? I also do have a few models in too, like this. This is called Avrietta or something. I'll leave a link in the description after the stream is over to where I got this from. For those of you who've actually played San Andreas, some of the ship names around. There's a place called and Couttn, something like that. It actually is where the Tampa, based on a old Corvair beater, spawns. Almost always spawns there. And yeah, yeah. And there's actually a website on, I think it's the forums. I'm pretty sure it's on the forum where I downloaded this from. Colton Shut Used Cars. This one's kind of like a little beater version of like a Buick. I want to say, oh god, I can't remember the name of it. Electra? Is that it? Kind of made it look like it's part of a chase, like it's leaning into a turn hard because of the soft luxury suspension. Actually, I do have a model where this is actually chasing another vehicle somewhere. Group name. There we go. Go. You've watched Nickelodeon for a while, or were at least around the 2000s. Where, I mean, even if you're a millennial, still or a generation, I don't know I don't know. But you'll remember the Oscar if you were born from like 1990. Hell, even if you were cartoons before that and you like Nickelodeon, you'll still remember the Penguin of Madagascar. Yeah, accelerator, even though it's not even there. Skipper steering. Cool. The board flew out the window, so he's Rico throwing dynamite at the pursuing. I put some other like little dynamite down there. Rico being Rico's hanging back door. Also, these penguins models out of a mod for GTA San Andreas, just GTA SA Penguins of Madagascar. And you'll find them, they're all actually, including, I think, and even Maurice are even mods for. Yep. I do a model of Officer X to put in here. That would make it even more fitting than just having a driver at all. Okay, but this van is actually, if it wasn't already obvious, the 1960s, like 60s Econoline, called the Vapid Speedo Classic, or something like that. I can't remember exactly. You'll have to bear with me for a little while because, yeah, I'm not the best with the original, with the car names that are actually lure. I'm always better with realistic car names. Here we have the 1960 Dukes, based on 66, 65, even if there was a 65 Dodge Charger. It's like an AMC Marlin or whatever you want to call it. This one I worked a little bit harder on than compared to my other models. I just worked to smooth out these lines, make them uniform, make it look more beautiful. Yep, fast back. Open. Here's an AMC Gremlin. I forgot to call it in San Andreas, even though it is a. I think it's called the Skulker. SKULKE, something like that. Based on the AMC Gremlin. You have to excuse some of the to smooth some of those out. And in here, I can never tell if anybody's even watching my. Anyway. I'm just gonna upload my own video for lulz. Yeah, it looks like nobody's watching still. Oh, another vote. Where'd that come from? Anybody's watching the stream, please say something. Nobody? Oh well. Okay, back to Sketchup. Okay. Here, let's see which site next. Oh yeah. This one's based on the 1933 Pierce Silver Arrow. The reason I love the Pierce Silver Arrow so much, the body design was so far ahead of its time. Like around here, there would be a spare tire within the fender, instead of just being on the running board or mounted to the back. My only gripe with it, in addition to that and the coffin nose cord, 1937, 36, I don't remember. My brain is kind of mush right now. I'm working all day. Anyway, yeah, I don't like the doors that open up into each other because it always seems to me like they're going to get damaged if you just throw them both open at the same time. Yep. This I need to work on a little bit. The wheels I need to work on a little bit too. The BF Bug is also an original mod for San Andreas. Not an original mod, but someone else made it. I brought it in, put on the rear wheel arch, smoothed all the edges out. The surfboard rack I think was actually an extra that you could actually put on it, but I'm not sure. The engine in this thing, oh yeah, I just keep forgetting to go into the engine bays of this thing, even though they're very low poly. Height, there we go. It's actually the BF Camper mod. Not, why did I say mod? It's the engine from the camper in San Andreas, or the mothership, whatever you want to call it. The rear wheel skirts are removable, in case you want to make it look less like a custom culture, or I don't know. And here we have a spare tire. I may actually add white walls to this thing when I get a chance. That would look a lot classier, a lot better with the rear arch cover. And those of you who want to see the that Buick that was beat up, here it is in its original form, all nicely restored. Need some smoothing around some of the edges. Put some straight exhaust on them, even though they're not going anywhere. You just go into the body and just immediately stop, like right around the middle of the differential. The engine bay in this thing is just typical low poly San Andreas. Battery there, engine air cleaner. I think that's a coolant in the power steering fluid. Very long trunk, and weirdly enough, it has some sort of fin design. Very shallow trunk. It should be a lot deeper, like it should go all the way into the interior in terms of length. Oh yes, I forgot about this. Now we've all heard of the Pinto, what's it called, the cruising wagon, and the Econoline cruising wagon. If you haven't, look it up. I tell you, it's worth it. This I call a Gremlin Party Wagon, based on the classic Skulker, I think is what it was called in the mod. I think it may have just come to me, but I don't remember. Yep, just extended the body, put some nice retro stripes on it. It's totally empty inside, so you can just put whatever you want in it. Just use your imagination. Also remove the back seats too, so yep, more room. This one, in case you didn't notice, has a lot smoother edges. I took some time and smoothed them out. Also, the wheel arches look a lot better, being that they square when they're starting out, and they just smooth out as they go along. Copy that over onto all four corners. I'm gonna have to fix this later. Let's see. I've also made 3 different versions of the blade. Take a look at blade restored first. This I just added the permanent hardtop and also lowered the rear wheel arch. Also, let me know what you want to see, like GTA 4 cars, 5 cars, Mafia 2 cars, Mad Max style cars. And I do a lot of Mad Max style, like GTA 5 cars. I wonder who actually put this other thumb up on my video, because I only put one. It's weird. I don't even see who's watching this, if anybody. Bear with me for a minute. We'll get back to the SketchUp in a second. Analytics. Playbacks 2. Huh. Weird. Average watch time 0.5 seconds. Actually, no, 0.0. Is that 5 seconds? I don't even know. It's seriously, people. I'm like, oh my god. Yeah, like nothing. Oh well. Back to SketchUp. Here is the BF Float Master. I remember the name because, that's not really a very forgettable name. Based on, obviously, on the Amphicar from the 60s. What I always found interesting about the Amphicar, it cost about as much as a brand new Ford Mustang of the same year. $8,000 for a car that basically barely did, I don't know, 50 miles an hour on the road and 20 knots in the water, or a brand new pony car designed by Lee Iacocca. It was your choice back then. It also made a limousine version of it. Don't ask me why, I just thought it would look cool, and I think it turned out very cool. I also have one that you can remove the roof on, because originally this mod is a permanent hardtop, not a convertible or removable top. Here we go. I click on that, hide, there we go. Full-on convertible Amphicar limousine. There we go. Oops, that was weird. The engine in this thing, I think, is just the same as the camper and BF Bug I made. Well, I didn't make it, but I just modified it. Nope, it's actually the engine from the Walton. That's weird. It's got like a small little V8 or V6, which is weird for an Amphicar. I don't think I've ever looked into the trunk of this thing. Yeah, it's just a trunk. In case you're wondering why these steering wheels are squares, it's because originally in San Andreas, the steering wheel is actually just a two-dimensional texture. But I haven't actually not that I haven't had time, and I just realized the rear view mirror is floating, not attached to anything. Anyway, yeah, I just haven't really bothered to put on the steering wheel texture. I do have it on some models. No, don't want to save your changes. Here is the Hot Knife Phaeton dual cowl. Figured I'd kind of base it loosely on a Packard dual cowl Phaeton. Stretched fenders, shrunken down doors, lengthwise anyway. You can actually remove the top from this thing. This came from another model a friend of mine made. You remove the cowl. Yeah. Also, ignore that steering wheel. I know it's absolutely atrocious. The hell, this model, I think, wait, when was the last time when did I actually make this model anyway? I'll open. Yeah, I made it back in 2018. That wasn't the best back then, but I was still pretty good. The problem is I just couldn't make a steering wheel to save my life. My Hermes pickup, or a Ute, as they would call it in the land of the Australia. Why did I say it? You know what? It's Australia. Just leave it at that. So yeah, this came out really, really cool. Just a very simple conversion with an unchopped top as well. I keep forgetting to mention that. For those of you who live in Japan, I highly doubt anyone from Japan is going to be looking at this video, but I figured I'd bring it up anyway. You will recognize this truck. Well, not by what the truck itself is based on, but Decatora. Now, I've heard that these things were outlawed in Tokyo. You'll have to let me know down in the comments if they were actually outlawed in Tokyo and still are, or if they are not anymore. They absolutely love the light shows these things put on at night. And I've also heard that they can't run more than 20 minutes without overheating their own lights. You'll have to let me know if that's also true in the comments section down below. Let's see. Oh yes. Another very simple conversion is the GTA Vice City / Vice City Stories bus. with the Walton front end on it. Kind of made it look even older. Because I know this slightly airstreamed back end goes with the Walton front end because of the way they curve around each other. It just looks so right in my opinion. Although I added some headlight shades too. Also, because originally in Vice City this thing has no interior, just like a 1 or 2 seater bus, which is very ironic. I stretched out the interior and made it like an actual bus with a bench seat in the very back. What next? You know what? Screw it. I'm going to stop with the San Andreas mods. Move on to GTA 5 cars. Let's try this one. Yes, the Armadillo Limo. Oops. The hood. There we go. Armadillo Limo 6x6. I got inspired to do this by some really, really badly done Photoshop that shows this thing having 8 doors of the limousine. And also, I found an actual GTA 5 mod of this thing as a regular 4-door 6x6. So I figured I'd actually, why not make my own? I also, oops, let me get rid of the shadows, you can see this better. There we go. I filled in where you normally get into the back. I kept the bars, but I've also have a different version that has the bars removed. Original wheels with the very weird tread from before, what was it, the Casino Heist DLC or the Casino DLC? You're just basically the stock tires on the stock wheels. Put a push bar on the front, even though it's kind of conflicting with the roll bar that goes up and around the roof. Right now, this thing actually has just a back seat. Oh, I forgot I did. Oh, I did put a seat in here, but nothing else really. These seats are actually from the Benny's Lowrider update. See if I can get through. Oh, there we go. Just a stock front of the interior with no textures. Have the bucket seats from Benny's. Don't ask me why this windshield is open, sort of like a milky white. Because I'm asking myself that too. But here's one of my favorite models I've ever done. The BF Bifta and Bifta Vitamin C. This I got inspired by the George Barris T-Buggy, and if you don't know what that is, look it up. I'm not a walking encyclopedia of cars. Well, technically that's a lie, but you know what I mean. Anyway, yep. I took this C cab from another GTA San Andreas mod made by Woofy or Mindfuck. I can't remember, but credit to either of those two who actually made this C cab. I just basically put it on the Bifta and molded it in. Also, I lifted up the suspension a little bit, made it slightly bigger, put some bigger, chunkier wheels on it. That bumper, I think, came off the Roosevelt. I just think it looks pretty good. Those square headlights are actually the roof lights from the Dubsta's roof rack. Let me get rid of the shadows again. Put some actual roof-mounted mirrors on it. Some nice bigger bucket seats, because I thought the ones in the original car were pretty much way too small. Okay, let's see. I'll put the dual stingers from the that are actually a mod for this thing within GTA 5. Just ungroup it. Hide the 2 rear doors. Also, that rear bumper did come off the Roosevelt. I just copied it from the front. I put a rack in here plus an engine cover that you can remove for better access to the engine. Luggage rack, surf rack, the surfboard. This roof rack, I'm pretty sure it came off the Merryweather Mesa. In fact, I know it did because no other car in GTA 5 or GTA 5 Online has that sort of shield in the front. I also removed the capped fog lights because I didn't like them at all. So yeah, that's pretty much all the differences. Also, I angled up the steering wheel to account for the bigger seats. You can sort of see the difference right there. I made a Dubsta 6x6 limousine. I'm not gonna load the limo. That thing it's not even done yet. But I did make a Dubsta 4x4. Where'd it go? Basically, I designed it in the same way as the Dubsta 6x6, except it's fully enclosed, no pickup bed, and four-wheel drive instead of six-wheel drive. I do have a model of the 6x6. I may just load it up next just to show you some weird, funky thing I found out about it that some of you may not know. Up there it is. I'm going to get rid of the shadows. Okay, for those of you who do know the Dubsta 6x6, well, it's a very, very good vehicle for off-roading, but I've only had one gripe with it. Why is there no drive shaft? Okay, that I know there's a drive shaft plus linkage on this in the real version, but why was there no drive shaft or linkage on the rearmost axle? And why was it the one that produced the smoke doing burnouts? And why was it the only rear axle to actually produce tire tracks, like when you're doing a burnout or drifting sideways? Whereas the middle axle produced no smoke and no skid marks. Doesn't make any sense to me, but you know, Rockstar man, Rockstar logic. Take a look and see what else I have. Made a benefactor Glendale LWB. I've had someone comment on this on the Google Sketchup Warehouse, or Trimble Sketchup Warehouse as it's now called, saying this looks like the limousine that Chairman Mao used to have. You'll have to confirm that, because I really don't know, nor do I really want to know. Actually, I kind of do want to know, but you know what I mean. No other seats in the interior, just basically like a lengthened, molded in the rear part of the door. Made like a actual limousine style door. Added a roof rack on it, etc., etc., etc. Also, hardly any of my SketchUp models have even the slightest reminiscence of textures on them. Oh, I forgot I did a wagon airport limo, 8-door airport limo. This thing is just so trippy looking. It's just so weird. Why I did it remains to be seen, but you gotta admit, it's still pretty funky. Comment down below or on the side, whichever, if the stream is still going as you're watching it, which has been your favorite so far. So far, mine has been just reminiscing about the Bifta. Let's see. Oh yeah, my Hermes convertible. This is really, I think, this is one of the very few models I have that do have a paint job texture on them. I actually took two different liveries to put on this thing. I recolored the layered flame livery, which was originally green, to make it blue. And I took this from the pinstripe, simple pinstripe livery. I think I was the first option after none in the livery section. But man, that detail, holy crap. Oh my god. I mean, the more you zoom in on it, the more it hurts your eyes. Now you can remove the top. Blue and light blue interior. What I don't understand is why Rockstar recycled the interior from the peyote. Because doesn't the peyote just have this wraparound color? I'm pretty sure it does. And why the steering wheel is just so damn low compared to like the gauges. I mean, seriously, is there any car out there that actually is like this? Because I want to know. Oh my god. Well, in addition to that, I also lowered the rear wheel skirt cover, arch cover, whatever you want to call it, so it shows less of the wheel. These wheels are actually from the game. I just put white wall tires on them. I think they're called Muscle Freak. Yeah, they're called Muscle Freak, I'm pretty sure. Added some headlight louvered visors. I can never get that name right. This visor came off the Weenie Dynasty. The engine, I'm pretty sure, is just a stock engine. Yep, it is. The ram air intake pipes. The trunk, I'm pretty sure I've enlarged to make room for more stuff. Yep, I even put a spare tire in there. Oh, look at me go. Let's see. Also, oh, here we go. Cheetah Classic Spider. And for those of you who are too young to even, I don't know, remember, Spider, spelled Spyder, is the Italian slash Japanese term for a convertible, where targa basically means the roof would be up to here, but then just this part would be removed. That's from Germany. Decapotable, like the Citroën DS decapotable, was the French term for convertible. Americans just call it convertible, and also roadster, I'm pretty sure is German, a German term. I don't remember. I think roadster is actually, yeah, no, never mind. I'm not gonna continue mocking my own knowledge or lack thereof. Well, I mean, I'm pretty good with classic cars, but with modern cars, I'm not as up to speed on them, so to speak, quote unquote. Yeah, that pun was awful. Oh yes, let's see. The Imperator sedan. There we go. What I did is one of my friends, Rusty Hauser on DeviantArt. I, I think that's what his username is because he changed it a while back, and I can never get it right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Rusty Hauser on DeviantArt. I think it was him who suggested I make a sedan out of this. Either that or it was me. Well, either way, I got inspired to do this from him. Yep. I have a few other versions of it too. I'm past it. Yeah, I was past it. I don't even know anymore what's going on with my voice. All your base are belong to us. Why did I do that? That is so cringy. Oh, here we go. Imperator Sedan Burnout Edition with an engine from the Peyote Gasser and some extended ram air intake pipes. Left those originally, they're not the original exhaust. I just cut them down because they originally stuck up to about here or a little bit longer with the two-door version. I just figured that I also scratch made those side skirts from the front bumper. Same thing with the last version. I also have a more factory stock version without that nose cone. It ended up kind of looking more like a 71 to 73 Ford Mustang as a four-door. This front end I actually got from a mod called the Vapid Razor, or Razor. Yeah, it was spelled with an OR. Kind of like a more modern version of the Vapid Blade, which is based on like the old like 60s Falcons, where this one was based on a 70s Falcon, so from Australia. So yeah, in hindsight it does make sense to me. It may not to any of you, but yeah, whatever. Let's see. Oh my. This next one actually is from Rusty Hauser. I just basically stripped it down and made it more of like a sandrail buggy. It was more of like an apocalypse war machine. I just stripped it down and made it more like civilian-esque. Yeah, it's basically the Meriwether Mesa just turned into like a sandrail dragster, tractor puller, whatever you want to call it. I removed the doors. I don't know if they're still there. I'm at 8, 9, all. Yep, nope, they're gone. Let's see, yeah, you can remove the roof. You can remove the exterior cage. I don't know why these are still there. Oh, now let me do something real fast. I'm just gonna do this fast just to get out of the way. Group, snowing. There we go. Select, connected, group, hide. Yeah, so basically this thing looks more like kind of like a convertible, full-on convertible Jeep, like one of the older ones that don't actually have a roll bar. Like, actually, I don't think there was a Jeep sold without a roll bar. I don't remember. I know the MB Jeeps from World War II didn't, but did any after that not have roll bars? I don't even know. Hit and hide. And yes, there are the exhaust tips coming out of the front wheel arch. I think I should actually raise up the suspension in the back eventually. And why are the letters on the tire darker than the tire itself? I don't know. I'm gonna have to do something about that pretty soon. Hold on. Open. yes, do want to save. It's not the best angle to look at it from the preview. Has anybody even commented? Anybody out there? Oh, wow. What does that mean? Does this mean I actually have 3 viewers? Holy crap. Or 1 viewer. I don't even know. I don't want to end stream. Damn, that'd be horrible if I did that right here. Still, nobody has commented. Or at least if you have commented, it's not appearing. Let me just do that in case the audio was not coming through, and this would have been a huge waste of time. Somebody please reply. Candy cane. Anybody out there? No candy cane. Bonus points actually remembers what that's from. Actually, no. Scratch that. I'm gonna do a go to my DeviantArt 1970 super deviantart.com and actually no, send me a private note or a comment on my profile. Know what that quote was from. I'll just do a free drawing if you want. Well, within reason, because I can only draw some animal caricatures, some of cars, and very of scenery. Yeah, you'll probably see that in my commission. Sketchup. So this is Ponte Dukes Daytona. A verse from GTA 4, which it should have had in GTA 5. Also a mod for GTA 5 that I downloaded. More era period wheels on it. Some the I think it's called the performance hood. I don't. But originally this thing does not have headlights. It just has. You can sort of see the headlights through there. Yep. So this thing originally had a glow, like headlight, like what do you even want to call it? It's non-pop-up headlights. And headlights are just in here. It's kind of like Dom's Daytona from Fast and Furious 6. Also made a trophy version out of it. Yes, it's wild, but I actually did download Duke's trophy truck like a normal from GTA 5 mods. I don't remember who made the original made the model of the original Duke trophy truck, but I just converted it into a Daytona as well. Ooh, I don't know what that was. Now if I actually delete, what's going on with my computer right now? Holy shit! Where to erase everything, then edit. Oops, didn't want to do that. Edit, unhide all. Yep, you can see everything actually opens up. From the reversed hinged hood, you can actually see the original Duke's mask on that. That's weird. V8 engine from Benny's. Doors open. In fact, the trunk, I don't like how I did that because it actually will hit the spoiler. I don't know how I did or why, but anyway. This drops down so you can actually get out the spare tires. I don't know why those are there. Undo everything. Open. What next? I'll just do one more I'll just do one Mad Max style vehicle, and then I'll end the stream because I actually do have some other stuff I've got to be doing other than this, which I load up. I'll load up the Dune, which is actually a more hopped up version of Flamer game, Mad Max video game. This is actually like Max vehicles I have are actually all. Yes, I put a GTA plate on. Sanity? The fuck is shit? Apologies to those who easily get offended. It's whatever. Huh. Gotta come out on Discord. You possibly won't be able to watch it. Yeah, I watched this guy's stream the other day. It was pretty cool. Although, Alfa Romeo Straddle. With the, what was it called? The Lamborghini Streusel. That. I don't know why I actually put year into Mouse Gaming, but, well, yeah, I don't know. I know I butchered that spelling. Yeah. You heard. Subscribe to Lambo Guy 6 on YouTube, or he'll roast you on Twitter. Anyway, yep. Soon. The fuel tanks from the from Scepter. Forget where the chassis actually came from. Came from can't remember the name of the car. The engine came from the Magnum Opus, just made. Originally had like a small like air and grabber on it, like Interceptor. Just put this on it from the upgraded V8 push. Just making a lightweight push bar, just like the. Those exhausted custom. The roof rack actually came out of GTA. I think it came off the either came off the BF Surfer or the Cherry. I can't remember. It was light out of the game. So yeah. Right hand drive and pure ultra passion. What's good about Mad Max's video game 14? Those textures. And the fact that when you're in person view it doesn't even work. The hell. The hell, Avalanche. Oh well, I guess it was like game limitation to the. Anyway, this is Whatever You Know, signing off.